Hello, Hello, everybody. It's great to be here one more time today. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm the CEO, president, founder of GSD Gets You Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. I'm a 17-time serial entrepreneur with several unicorns under the belt. I was on the original management team at Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for 1.35 billion, and also Eva, one of the first generative AI companies, pre-transformer models that I founded in 2016. We believe at GSD that intellectual capacity is evenly spread around the world, but opportunities are not. With that, I have an incredible guest today. Peter Travers is the CEO of LifeBridge. He's got incredible journey all the way from marketing to medtech, and his technology is really going to impact the world and to make it a better place, and of course to help people, particularly women, live longer. So with that, I'd like to bring Peter on board.
Okay.
Hi, Peter. How are you today?
Good, good. I appreciate being able to be here. It's a privilege.
Now, you're in what, Longwood, Florida. So you went to school at Central Florida. In Central Florida, why haven't you left? Do you like Florida that much?
I do like Florida. I come from six kids, brothers and sisters, and they're all in Florida. And now I have seven grandchildren that live in Central Florida. So it'd be hard to pull me away from here.
Now, do you spend a lot of time with your grandkids?
I do, and they're all 9 and under. It's like a party every time we get together.
Well, that's great. Well, must keep you busy. The tickets for Disney must get pretty expensive.
They do. SeaWorld as well.
Wow, now that's great. So, how did you go down through this journey? Because you started in marketing, right? Your degree was in communications, if I remember.
Yes,
Correctly.
that is correct. Well, gosh, uh, back in the 80s, my late wife got stage four breast cancer. It was discovered when it was stage four. So she had stage four breast cancer for 18 years, 12 reoccurrences, lost her hair 9 times. In late 2012, we thought her life was over. She had cancer in the pleura around her left lung, collapsing it and making it difficult for her to breathe. All chemotherapies were failing. And then we'd heard about this new form of therapy called tumor treating fields that had worked on dozens of different types of cancer. And it's really wonderful, Gary. It doesn't hurt normal cells, and it causes cancer cells to produce daughter cells that signal your own immune system to come in and kill it. So we're in the business of unmasking tumors to a patient's own immune systems. So I got really excited about it and tried to see if I could get it for Lori, only to find out it wouldn't be available for her for the foreseeable future. So fortunately, I go to church with very senior engineers, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman. I mean, top secret type engineers. And I approached them about forming a team to build our own device, not trying to get into the business, but just trying to save Lori's life. They agreed, and we went to work. And 4 months later, we had our own device. We were just trying to match the device that was already being approved out there. I put it on myself first. I saw that it was safe. On the oscilloscope, it was matching what the FDA was already approving. So Lori was getting fluid withdrawn from her lungs, so she went in and had 900 cc's withdrawn from the pleura around her left lung, and then began wearing the device 12 hours a day, mostly during sleep. And she went back 3 weeks later. They only drew 500. 3 weeks later, 200, and 3 weeks later after that, the cancer in her pleura was completely resolved. I mean, it was, thank God, a new lease on life. I mean, we were just so thrilled. Hair came back off of all chemotherapy. Went back to work as a neonatal nurse. Just a wonderful time in her life. Then we had while she was on maintenance with the tumor treating fields, we had a new breakout in her liver. So we thought, without interfering with her lifestyle, we can just add an array over her liver and just keep right on going. We did that, and we were able to clear the cancer up in her liver twice. And then the good life continued to go. She got to see her first grandchild, which was quite the thrill. And then over 2 years later, cancer broke out in between two of the transducer arrays. Tumor treating fields are delivered through transducer arrays that you wear on your body. It's important to center those arrays over the cancer. So the cancer broke out in the pleura in between them, and you can't put arrays on top of arrays. So we talked to our physician, and unfortunately, the present form of tumor treating field forces you to treat one area of cancer while you let another area grow. So we had to make that excruciating decision, and we decided to treat the liver, got behind in other areas, and that was the beginning of the end for Lori. But while this was going on, we said, "Gosh, there's got to be a better way. Have an effective therapy, and diffuse disease gets away from it. What can be done?" So the engineering came up with a whole new, fresh approach that's now patented and now is the basis of our company. And essentially, what they did is they made each individual array element. I wish I had a picture to show you, but they made it into a computer. The present form of tumor treating fields, the arrays are fixed; they're either all on or all off. The individual points that deliver the tumor treating field coupling through the body cannot be moved. Well, we turned those into computers, made them fully addressable, phase A and phase B available on them. And so now we can manipulate that field anywhere we want. So now you can treat the left lung for a half a second, treat the next half a second, treat the liver, a second and a half later, treat the peritoneal cavity. So within that second and a half, the array elements can be shared to treat the lung, liver, and peritoneal cavity. It literally gave us control over every variable that affects tumor treating field. We can increase the size of the array to make it more intense. We can multiply the angles to control heat better. Just on and on. It's a transformative thing, and we realize um, that most people want to stay away from metastatic cancer patients because they're the worst. They all go, let's start off with the easiest cancers to treat, primary tumors. But what we realized was that the modern metastatic cancer patient is often brought into remission and then watched very carefully. They withdraw blood tumor markers, and they know when it's coming back very, very early. And there's this window of time that they're asymptomatic. And at that point, they have very strong immune systems. They wouldn't know the cancer if it wasn't for the watching of them. And you have very small, manageable tumors. So that's where the FDA has given us approval to go for our first clinical trial, treat those asymptomatic tumors, bring them back into remission, put people on maintenance for long periods of time. And our goal is to transform metastatic cancer from a terminal illness into a manageable disease like diabetes. So that's kind of our journey and how we got here. And we're excited to push forward, and we're trying to get to our first in human clinical trial by the end of the year.
I mean, that must have been really something going down through that, Peter, with your wife. The ups and downs. As you know, I'm going through it right now with my wife
Yes.
too, and it's I can't even explain the journey because it's nothing I've ever been on before. This kind of ups and downs and hope and those kind of things. And uh, so the goal is they're not going to get rid of the cancer, but the goal is to hold off long enough till there's a cure for it. Is that what the goal is?
Yeah. Yes, and now for all practical purposes, the small asymptomatic tumors, you can bring somebody into remission, but it is not a cure. If you didn't, what we're trying to do is get somebody on maintenance, or maybe they can wear it when you have microscopic tumors that can't even be seen. It doesn't take much to knock them out. So maybe a person could wear a device 1 week, take 2 weeks off, or just wear it when they sleep at night and stay ahead of that cancer. In your world of AI, there are wonderful things happening where AI and other tools are being put into use to predict where metastatic cancer will break out next. So if we know that, if we know, hey, there's a 78% chance your colorectal cancer is going to break out in the liver next, we can treat the primary place of origin and treat the liver ahead of time. and keep these metastatic cancer at bay. And
Hmm.
the name of the company sort of implies our goal. We're a LifeBridge. If we can keep you available for years, no side effects, you don't lose your hair, you don't get nauseous, you don't get fatigued, and keep you long life, we can be a bridge of life until there is a more permanent cure.
No, I mean it's interesting because I was introduced to as a Break Bio down in Miami that's using that uh, targeted immunotherapy at a molecular level. You can't do it in the U.S. You can do it in Germany. I mean, here, Peter, I'm going down through my second full body stem cell replacement in 2 weeks myself. So I have almost 100 million stem cells
Wow.
inside of my body, and I got to tell you, if I wouldn't have seen these technologies work personally, with back pain, with kidney disease, with in me directly, I wouldn't have believed it. I mean, I've seen, and these breakthrough technologies like what you have in LifeBridge are going to change things. The thing is, a lot of people just don't know about it, and if they knew about it, like me with my wife, these kind of technologies can, prolong life enough to find a cure, and it's going to happen sooner than later.
Yeah, I totally agree. And one thing we're excited about our technology is that there for a newly diagnosed metastatic patient, there are some pretty powerful chemotherapies out there that generally work. Taxols and taxane, and
My wife's doing it right now.
there you go. So, but there's with some of the taxols, there's a lifetime dose, and that's all you can get
Yeah.
because it'll put you in a wheelchair, it'll destroy your nerves and mess you up. So, if we can come in and not keep you in remission, you can hold off and save those treatments for later when if something goes wrong and we can't stay ahead of it, but prolong human life with that high quality.
One of the things I got one of my high net worth friends from Sweden introduced me to a company that was funded by one of the top 5 wealthiest persons in the world. And he introduced me to this technology. And what they built is they built a machine, this device. It's a little bit bigger than this, and basically it's kind of like a tricorder from Star Trek, but they put it up to the body, and it will not only detect if you have cancer, or he did it for his dad for Alzheimer's, but it's a harmonic resonance. It tunes into the vibrations of the cells, and it works. And the thing that was really interesting, it tunes into the vibration of the cell. It understands what you have. But the thing that's really interesting, but if you remember from physics, harmonic resonance, you can also transmit. So you can receive and transmit, and it can transmit back and tuned in to be able to change that cell, the harmonic resonance of that cell, to stop the cancer, right? To stop the Alzheimer's. And that person, that ultra wealthy person, did it with their dad, right, and prolonged his life. And just I was with those 5 engineers, a number of them from Stanford and one from RIT, and this technology is phenomenal. I mean, it can detect a whole lot because every cell and everything animate and inanimate has harmonic resonance. You remember Nikola Tesla with the earthquake machine, right? He tuned into a building with, again, something the size of a pack of cigarettes, and it swayed a building in New York so much that the fire department was alerted because they thought there was an earthquake in New York City by
Wow.
that. And so these kind of technologies, these breakthrough technologies, a lot of it's, part of this we don't know, right? You told me a few months ago about LifeBridge. I had no idea that those electromagnetic fields would help. 4 months ago, I didn't realize you could, take a tumor out in a molecular level, understand what's happening with that tumor, and base a vaccine exactly on that tumor to kill it. I had no idea that that stuff exists. And part of it's knowledge, right? So, one of the kind of things, this is a little bit off this, but we're building omni-channel engines, by the way, where we're taking the latest in generative AI, and we're creating the engines that you can put into anything to hypercharge it, right? So, like knowledge, right? Trying to figure out what journals to look at, how to cure that cancer. Imagine if you just plug this into an existing system and this becomes a hub to be able to take that information, an intelligent hub to send it everywhere and to make decisions. And it works, by the way. So we built it, like physically, my group built it, and it works. Now imagine what that is. So it's a horizontal engine. It works anywhere. It's taken me 2 years to go down through and and to put something like that together. And since 2016, I've been working on it, but it works. And these engines will solve the problem of medical infobesity because a lot of it's we just don't know, right?
Hmm. Yeah, we live in fascinating times. We're excited about AI when we have medical simulators, sim for life that have phantoms that we can match to the patient. So we take a patient's CAT scan, we pick a phantom that matches the size of the patient, and we import the CAT scan into it. So now our phantom has tumors in the same place as the patient does. The phantom has our device on it, and now we want AI to, we have dozens and dozens of possible firing configurations, and we want AI to go in and figure out what's the best way to attack this tumor. We can do frequency sweeping. Cells do have a resonant frequency that, and some people think that the best frequency for the tumor treating field is the resonant frequency. There could be a rotation in there of frequencies that AI could select for us, and our device is capable of rotating frequencies. It's fascinating. I mean, breast cancer, the best frequency is 120 kilohertz. For lung cancer, it's 150. For ovarian, it's 200 kilohertz. So that cellular information teamed with AI can optimize the therapy to that patient. Maybe they can wear it less hours, less months, and keep maintenance more manageable, and keep that high quality life going.
I mean, most people don't realize that we built multi-agent large language models where we taken 14 of them and created a team, a think tank. So you can imagine if you take
An
Claude,
AI, an AI think tank? And,
yeah. So
oh,
we created it works. And so what we did is they went in and created their own team and gave each other different job titles. One became a policy educator, another one became the manager on their own, no human intervention. And I put it on the problem of global warming. And it was a miracle what happened. So I said, how do we stop global warming? And it came back and wrote about 100 pages about how to stop it in minutes, seconds, actually. And then it came back and it said, do you want, we have one more thing. And I said, what's that? And then it came back with another 100 pages how to reverse it. I
wow.
didn't ask it to do that. So these kind of technologies out there, I said it's like my Guardians of the Galaxy, because these technologies going to help us. Now that was on a typical, computer, but now we have access to a computer that's a quantum computer. That's one of the first quantum computers, and which means what I did there, it will be 100 million times faster than what we did, which means what would take 10,000 years will now take 200 seconds.
Wow.
These are real statistics, by the way. These aren't like contrived, they're real statistics. And those kind of things, those groundbreaking things, imagine for taking all that data from all the sources out there to come up with a cure for cancer. Now, these technologies are right on the verge of this stuff.
Yeah. One thing we know that AI is going to contribute to is early detection. We both know Pingay is working on it where you can just breathe and it'll tell you what type of cancer you have and it's back. Well, those kinds of early detections that in AI is really going to proliferate them. The problem is when you know it's back earlier than it can be detected on a scan, and you have absolutely no symptoms, what treatment are you going to bring to bear on that cancer? What are you going to do now that you know it's there? Are you going to take a harsh chemo for where you don't even know where it is or what size it is, no biopsy? It's very tough. Well, tumor treating fields are adaptive tumor treating fields for those kinds of patients, combined with AI, saying, "Hey, this breathing test says your lung cancer's back, or it's pancreatic cancer, or whatever." We can go there and without any side effects. Again, you don't lose your hair or get nauseous or anything.
Well,
Go.
why wouldn't you just wear it anyhow, Peter, and not even take the chance of getting it? Just wear it all the time at nighttime. Why not just calve it just in case? You know what I mean?
There are some patients that might be a good, like the BRCA patients that, they have an 80% chance of developing breast cancer.
Yeah.
For someone like that might be a good avenue to go. Others, there is some inconvenience with wearing a device. That's why we're trying to get it as powerful and as targeted as possible, so that it'll do its job and interfere with your life as little as possible. The present form of tumor treating field, it doesn't allow you to take a shower for 3 or 4 days. With our device, you take it off every day. You take a shower, go swimming, go back to work, do whatever you need to do. So there's a lot of potential here to get cancer early, put a treatment on that doesn't have a harsh side effects, and keep people healthy and happy for years and years.
Well, you're doing incredible things. It's amazing. And, these breakthrough impact technologies are out there, going to change our lives. So we're coming up to the top of the show, Peter. Closing thoughts, and how do people get a hold of you?
You can go to our website, lifebridgeinnovations.com. And we're really excited. We're always looking for missional investors, people that want to take the long-term approach and bring this therapy to the most people possible. So we're really excited about that. But my email is on the website as well, and we'd be glad to answer any
Can
questions.
you tell them the website? Just give them the website so they have it.
LifeBridgeInnovations.com. LifeBridgeInnovations.com.
Peter, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. We appreciate it. And thanks to all my viewers one more time. My name is Gary Fowler, the host of GSD Presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. Remember, GSD stands for Get Shit Done, because it's not about the talk, it's about the action. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. And I'll be back to you again next week with another exciting edition. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Take care.
Thank
See
you,
you
Gary.
later, Peter. Thank you.
Bye.